Good morning, everyone. Here is your fun fact of the day. Where is all of the internet stored? Now, the short answer is on a lot of computers everywhere. Now, let's break this down a little bit. Web hosting companies, or computers, have lots of data storage. And usually they have multiple locations, especially if they're a larger company. Now, these storage computers are known as servers, where it's much like the computer that you're probably viewing this on, but it's structured slightly differently so that it's much more competent at storing large information and sending it out, and not much else. These servers work with web browsers, things like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Opera, Safari, the like. They speak the same language, so that when you type something into your web browser and you say, find this web page, it goes out into the internet, and some server somewhere says, oh yeah, I have that page, sends it back to you. But where is all this information? Where are all of these web pages kept? Well, like I mentioned, there are web hosting companies who have nothing but rooms or even just buildings of servers upon servers of absolutely unimaginable amounts of information. You can host a website on your own, on any computer, maybe even on the computer you're watching this on. I wouldn't recommend trying it on a tablet or anything like that. Something like a dedicated desktop, a lot more readily able to actually just host a single web page. Now, if this is a web page you intend to have millions of people viewing, wouldn't recommend it, because along with having lots of information stored, these web hosting companies also usually have much faster and much broader connection speeds so that people can get the information much more readily, much more quickly, and millions of people can do it all at once. Now, as far as where this information is physically stored, there's things like a hard drive, a hard disk drive, the sort of thing that every computer usually needs, except for modern day tablets, which run mostly on flash memory. Just technically different. A hard drive is actually a physical hard drive that you can take out of one computer and put in a docking station or another computer, and it can function just the same way, and you can access all the same information. There's also optical storage devices, digital tapes, and other formats. A lot of these are just digital overall nowadays. They used to be stored on a lot more analog things, but there was a massive overhaul in the 90s and zeros to get this transferred into digital storage, realizing that it was a lot more practical, capable for handling long-term storage, safer to handle in long-term storage, and just better for interacting in the future. Some of these web hosting companies are larger than others, and they are located nowhere specific, just wherever these companies happen to pop up, but I can tell you that at least 3 of the 10 largest storage companies in the world are in Chicago. There's also one in Las Vegas, Phoenix, Arizona, San Antonio, Texas, one in Ireland, and one in Wales, as well as a few other ones, and those are just the biggest. 3 of the largest web hosting companies in Chicago. Between that, all the railroads that go in and out of there, all the major highways that go in and out of there, the fact that it's the 3rd largest city in the US and one of the largest airports in the world, if Chicago ever just disappears for whatever reason, like a nuke or a natural disaster just swallows it up, we're going to be in pretty much trouble. Pray against Chicago's destruction. So where's all the internet stored? On many computers, everywhere, some bigger companies, some smaller companies, but just on computers in general. Thank you for joining me for this fun fact of the day. See you again soon.